Ladies and gentlemen, it is Wednesday, January 14th, and we are coming to you from at the Bash at the Beach. My name is Nick Cascarella.
I'm John Thornton, and this is Wrestling.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to This is Wrestling, episode 7. Yes, I'm Nick Cascarella, and...
John Thornton.
All right. So, this week, wrestling was interesting. It was just weak.
Yeah.
Like, nothing too much. I mean, a couple of cool things, I guess, happened. SmackDown, I guess the coolest thing that happened was that...
it's moving to Thursday.
Is that it's moving to Thursday. No, that really is
Yeah.
the fucking coolest thing. The coolest thing that happened was it was the last Friday night SmackDown.
Yeah, exactly. I'll probably start actually watching it.
Exactly. And I think that that's their kind of...
Their push.
Yeah,
for
is
it, yeah.
people will actually watch it because the first one... Daniel Bryan is coming back for this first match since
Against Kane.
Yeah, in almost a year. So right off the bat, you know when they were like, all right, well, we're moving it to Thursday, and this is the match. We need to have you back.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You have
to. I mean, it'll be taped tonight, so I don't know where it's at, but I'm sure there'll be spoilers.
Right. Yeah. I'll try and stay away because I'll probably watch it actually.
Yeah.
Which is good. I'm glad that it's going to Thursday because now, yes, like I said, I'll watch it.
Exactly.
It's just Friday. It just doesn't. It doesn't
make sense, really.
No one's cutting 2 hours out of their Friday night to
watch.
It like the people that are watching it are the people that are there and people that.
And then when they're there, it's at Tuesday. They're watching it on Tuesday.
Right. Right,
and
exactly.
they might go back and rewatch it to be like, oh, I wonder if you can see me on like.
That's my thought process is people being like, I was there, I want to check it out. And
exactly.
And like see it because when you're there, you see it from your perspective, which in a lot of cases is far the fuck away.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
it's like, well, now I can actually see it from
front row. Basically.
Yeah, and a lot of the way how they block out the matches is for television.
Yeah.
So it's, a lot of the big stunts and the big parts of the matches are intentionally placed right in front of cameras.
Exactly. I completely agree.
Yeah. So, but on top of that, I have nothing else going on a Friday night and I'm watching television and I flip the channel and I go, oh yeah, it's Friday. SmackDown is on.
Yeah.
And I'll catch a little bit of it.
Exactly.
That's SmackDown. And I think their hope is to make it when it first came out, or when
it was actually branded.
Right, or when Eric Bischoff was writing for it, and it was a great product.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Super awesome show.
That's when I used to watch it every week, without fail.
Yeah.
I watched SmackDown.
Well, I mean, it was pulling better ratings than Raw during that time. Yeah, which is insane.
Crazy. Yeah, and that's when they did everything right.
Basically. Well, what they haven't been really doing with SmackDown is nothing impactful for the story happens on SmackDown.
Yeah. There's no real story changes.
No. It's nothing
Which
impactful.
Is pretty
happens.
fucking foolish. If
right.
they want people to watch it, switch it up a little bit. Give us
what they should do is there should be a fucking title change on SmackDown on Thursday.
I think there is a title up for grabs.
Yeah.
I think it's the tag titles, right?
It might be. And if they're smart, they'll change them.
Yeah, absolutely.
They'll change the title. Just because then it's oh, well, fuck. I didn't watch the titles.
Yeah,
the title switch. I mean, we kind of talked about this last week, talking about how the IC title should be should have more meaning behind it. But I think they're suffering really poorly by they switch titles a lot.
Oh yeah,
everything except the world heavyweight, obviously,
which is stupid.
That's a whole nother fucking thing that we could get into.
Yeah,
but the other titles switch that one, and the U.S. title doesn't switch ever.
The U.S. title, who has it right now?
Rusev.
Oh shit, yeah, we forgot.
He's had it forever, and no one can beat him.
Yeah. Who had it before Rusev?
Sheamus.
That's right.
when he had his big comeback push and they gave him the U.S. champion and then he's gone. Where did he go?
I think I don't know if he's injured, but I heard he might come back as a super heel.
That would be cool.
It'd be a change.
Yeah, and it's the titles, they switch the tag titles all the fucking time, constantly.
At least once to 2 months, which still is very That's even if they do it 2 months, that's 8 episodes you see them.
Yeah. And then the people that had it, they just push them off. Gone. Yeah. Like Goldust and Stardust?
Goldust and Stardust. I haven't watched them wrestle, and they're probably still doing house shows, but
that doesn't fucking. I can't fly around the country and watch all these house shows.
Exactly, exactly.
Like I want to watch those two. They're entertaining.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they really do need to start emphasizing the other titles because they seem like almost like a just kind of filler.
Yeah,
and they shouldn't be filler.
No,
they're titles.
They're titles, exactly. They should have
like there are people like like the cruiserweights, right? The cruiserweight division was like a joke, but like to those guys that were in the cruiserweight division,
I liked it.
Right, but like to those guys, like that title was their heavyweight title.
Their big deal.
Yeah, and exactly. The fact that it was just kind of like whatever, it's the fucking cruiserweight title, but to them like that's as big as I'm gonna get.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
That's my title.
I might get tag team, but
right. Well, and that's the thing for tag team. Like the Usos will never break out into individual wrestling. You know what I mean?
No.
Like those guys, that is their title. That's it. That's their title.
Gimmick. That's everything.
And it's like the Ascension. If they ever, that's a whole nother conversation that we can have about. Yeah. But like if they ever actually start wrestling main roster,
like good.
Yeah, and actually get put into the contention for. Tag, like that's the best title that they're ever gonna get.
Yeah, until they break up,
right?
Which
they at this rate they won't even make it that far.
Yeah,
like they won't even make it to splitting into singles. Yeah. Like they'll just be stuck as a tag until they are released.
Yeah, no, exactly.
At this rate,
yeah.
But like, yeah, that's the best that they're gonna get is the tag title. So why, like. Don't make it seem like it's not that like whatever you.
Yeah, because all right. So like, look at someone like Enzo Amore on NXT.
Great. I would love to look at Enzo because he's fucking hilarious.
Real small guy. He would be perfect for a cruiserweight.
Right.
Realistically, Enzo probably will never hold the World Heavyweight Championship belt.
Never.
Like
no, he never will.
I can see maybe Big Cass if Big Cass like really gets like.
Yeah, and he's getting
getting better, but there's like a lot of things that he needs to do to get better. And basically, as if he could just get better with everything, like promos and wrestling style, like I could see him definitely becoming champion.
You know yeah, I mean, I think
even if it'd be a short run, or at least someone that would be like, oh, I got my number one contender position. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I mean,
can see that happening.
He's definitely gotten way more comfortable and better on the microphone.
Yeah.
Over the past, whatever,
yeah.
few months, 6 months.
Exactly.
Like visibly.
Yeah, I mean, there were times where when Enzo would be saying his line, and you could see Big Cass mouthing his line. It's like, dude, that's so bad.
Yeah. But now he's all over it, and he really like took the whole blue pants thing. That was all Big Cass.
Yeah, blue pants.
Yeah, that wasn't for the most of their like whole gimmick. Enzo was really the mouthpiece, and
of course,
and like really dictated where their conversation went, and Big Cass kind of backed him up. But now they're just like vibe off each other,
exactly.
And this blue pants is like very popular now.
That's
like a big thing.
Exactly.
And that was all Big Cass. Like totally was just like he came up with that. Old blue pants.
Yeah, so fucking funny.
And it just stuck. You know what I mean? And if those two, I can see when they move, those two will move up. And when they do, I can see them being a very...
Well, I think they're already pushing them as the Shawn Michaels Diesel.
I think they are in a way, but it's like those two guys like to an extreme, like a ridiculous extreme.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like Diesel was while he was funny, he was like the serious big tough guy bodyguard, and like Shawn Michaels.
But that whole size difference,
totally.
They're definitely vibing off of
that whole thing.
Which makes sense.
And at this rate, like those two, when they really get going, and you can see that it's coming, like that those two they're really starting to come up with some like funny, cool stuff.
Yeah.
They'll be on like an Edge and Christian level, like of vibing off each other.
I completely see it.
Of just like vibing, and it's like, oh, what are these two guys gonna like say and do? And like, and I think it'll be very funny.
The two of them, they'll probably get the tag titles. Like,
probably,
I could see them.
Yeah, and like being a very a big attraction on the show.
Yeah, like on NXT, I don't really see either of them getting the single.
Well, they don't.
NXT champ.
Yeah, and do they? Oh, there is a tag belt.
Yeah. I mean, the Ascension had it.
The Ascension had it, and
Lucha
now
Dragons.
Lucha Dragons have it, and the Vaudevillains or whatever they're called.
Like number one contenders.
Ugh,
for it
awful.
Always.
They're so like boring.
I think it's just dumb.
It's
I
boring.
just hate the gimmick. I really do hate the gimmick.
And the thing is, like, they have something that's so like when Enzo and Big Cass's music comes on, people go fucking apeshit.
Yeah.
Like, because it's so entertaining.
Yeah,
it's so funny.
Oh, absolutely. It's so sick. It's
and the really Vaudevillains come out, and, like, people like them, and I don't really get why, but they don't, like...
I don't like it.
There's nothing entertaining about their gimmick.
Nope.
It's just boring.
Not one bit.
So I don't know. They have, like, that kind of magic factor thing going on.
I'd agree.
And then NXT is, like, pushing...
Yeah. Now, you notice one thing I honestly do like? Obviously, I'm a big Cesaro fan.
Yes.
But how I was talking to you about how I want to see, like, a more diverse tag teams. Like, ones that you're just like, that doesn't really make sense. But in reality, you're like, that's cool that it doesn't make sense. Yeah. Him and Tyson Kidd.
And they're like, with synergy.
Adam Rose.
But their synergy and stuff is really good.
Yeah, well, the two of them I think are really good together. Like, I'm not a huge Tyson Kidd fan, but
no,
Cesaro, I love Cesaro. Cesaro is one of my favorites on the roster.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's so sick. But I really like that, like, the two of them, like, because it's like, where did these two, like, come along to become a tag team? You know what I mean? And the fact that now they're actually tag team.
They're tag teaming,
like,
and
they consistently every week are having matches.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
I like it too. I wish we could have seen a little, like, where they came together instead of just
instead of an overnight, like,
overnight dressed up as, like, part of the Rosebud. Like, oh god,
that's too much. I hate that.
But those two, their chemistry in the ring together is really good.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, they were doing some really cool, like, tag, moves and whatever. Like, Cesaro was doing the swing, and then, like, Tyson like drop kicked.
Yeah.
Whoever I don't even remember who they were wrestling.
I think it was Kofi Kingston.
Right, they were doing New Day.
Yeah.
New Day won over them. But it was a really good match. I thought that match was better than a lot of the other matches that.
Yeah, dude, Raw last night. So it opened up. Cena came down, right? Apologized and then said
became Southern.
Became Southern because he was in the South.
Yes,
so.
and had to.
He had to get the Southern draw.
He gets it, dude. I don't know where it comes from. He does get the
Southern draw. It's very weird. Completely off topic real quick, but my supervisor, his cousin, is getting married by John Cena Sr., his dad.
Oh, right, dude. I've, like, stumbled onto his Twitter. He has, like, an obscene amount of followers.
Yeah. Well, he's always been a promoter.
Yeah.
For years, he's been a promoter. And I guess my supervisor's cousin was like, look, they're like, all right, so, here are the ministers, or, like, here are the people that can, take care of you guys in your wedding. And he, like, is looking through, and he's just like, holy shit, is this, like the John Cena? Like, John Cena's dad. And they were like, yep. Like, he's like, is that for real? And they're like, yep. And he's like, yeah, I want him.
Yeah, like,
I want him.
There's, like, no question.
Yeah, of course, dude. That's so sick.
It'd be so funny.
Oh, yeah, that'd be awesome.
The best part is, like, because most of the time, I just did it because I'm getting married next year, where you're, like, when you start meeting with these people and you, like, sit down, like, we went to, like, and had coffee with one, you know what I mean? And they, like, try and feel you out. And the best part would be, like, because they always ask, like, how did you find me? How did you, like, whatever. And it's just like, I saw your name on a list and you're John Cena's dad.
Yeah, you're John Cena's dad.
It literally has nothing to do with anything
with
you bring to the table.
You could be a different religion.
Yeah, I don't care. You're John Cena's dad.
You're John Cena's dad, so I'm definitely having. The only way it would be cooler, Undertaker, Ministry of Darkness.
We were talking about this the other day. There has to be, like, some, like, underground religion that's based on that.
I would love to be a minister of the ministry.
A minister of the ministry.
Yeah, that is sick.
I know. Maybe we'll have to get that going. We'll have to figure out the logistics.
I'll put that in my 5-year plan.
A 5-year plan. Start the Church of the Ministry of Darkness.
Yes. And people, what is it like? What's like all these like Wiccans and shit would show up? What's it about?
It'd be like,
literally about the Undertaker. That's it. That's seriously it.
That's it. I just love them.
I love them. At the pearly gates, you have to.
There's like big stained glass panes of him, like portraits of him.
When you die, the pearly gates, it's Paul Bearer.
Oh yes. No, the best oh yes ever was at the Hall of Fame induction when his son did it.
His redheaded son. Like, and not like red hair, but like ginger hair.
Right, ginger.
Like,
and the best part is he was so excited, that kid, and then his brother looks so disinterested.
Yeah, he's like, yep, so, yeah, you know, my dad did a good job. Like,
yeah, and like didn't even say it. He was just like, hi.
Yeah, so sick.
And then the other kid was, oh, yes.
I love it. But anyway, so Cena came out, apologized about getting Ryback, Ziggy, and Eric Rowan fired.
I would have apologized for some of it, but not all of it.
I would have apologized for not being a heel. Being the most boring person.
I'm sorry that I haven't been an interesting character since 2006.
7.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
pretty much it. Yeah. That's the only apology I have in me.
He came out, then this is what he said. He said, when he wins, he's gonna take the belt and he's gonna go home until they let those guys back. So it's like, well, first of all,
clearly they don't care if you take the belt.
Brock Lesnar already did it.
Yeah, he already did it with no zealous cause. Like,
yeah, no, he did it just because he's like an asshole.
Yeah,
basically,
just because he's a lazy prick.
Yeah, he did it for himself.
Yeah,
100%.
Honestly, because he wanted to go home and see Sable. Dude, she's fucking gross.
She's so hot.
I can't even stand it.
One of the hottest divas. She's not my favorite, but I think she's one of the best because she was like one of the first to do it, to be like over the top hot.
Okay, but the thing is, looking back at it, dude, when I see video clips of her and dude, oh, so gross.
She's so hot. You're like, so dumb.
Fake and shitty looking.
She's like the first one to do it. Like, I mean, there was like Sunny, but Sunny was like, she didn't have fake boobs.
Dude, you are obsessed.
Well, no, if there's a diva, like, why not have the divas with the big fake boobs?
You are the demographic that they're aiming at.
Yeah, exactly.
You are that guy.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. Great job. I watch it every week.
I know you do. And every time Nikki Bella comes on screen, you do that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's so painful.
I love her, dude.
I know you do.
All right.
Back to John Cena.
John Cena, Steph, and Trips come out.
Trips.
I love it. And they come out and they're like, wow, so you're just gonna take your ball and go home? Which is pretty funny that they said that, because I was like, that's actually true. Just gave him shit, and then
he deserves.
Yeah, always. They're like, how about this? How about you fight for their jobs?
Yeah,
right now, in a lumberjack. Yeah, then of course it's all the lumberjacks are all of
authority.
Authority guys.
Yep. So it was like really, really top-notch guys like Justin Gabriel,
Big Show, Rusev.
Yeah, they had just like the all-stars out there
versus Seth, and so obviously Seth was like pampered as anytime he'd fall out of the ring.
Right, they would like pick him up and like dust him off.
Yeah.
And throw him back in the ring.
Whatever. So stupid.
Yeah, so stupid. I'm so sick of that angle because, like, clearly, as he's been proving over the past couple weeks, he's so good. Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
It's just like...
Yeah, he really is awesome. And, like, I think the Authority coming back so soon really ruined it.
Yeah.
I think they should have had someone else come in, or they should have given it more time for them to be away, because it was only like a month or two.
It was like a month and a half.
It's like that's no storytelling. Like that's just them on like a vacation.
They probably went on vacation.
Yeah, which is cool. Good for them.
They wrote that into a story.
Yeah, but it's like that's so stupid, dude. Like I really hate that they're back already. I think it's absolutely.
It's just bad storytelling, and that's like I was saying last week. It's like I really, really, truly feel like they're like there's like a roulette table in the writers' room, and they're just like,
I got 50 on shit.
Yeah, like it's like there's one space that's like good writing, and the rest is just garbage, and they just like spin the wheel. And it's like, well, we don't have to put any effort into it. Garbage,
the wheel of trash.
Yeah,
here we go.
And there's no rhyme or reason. It just sucks.
Or maybe, I don't know, maybe it's just like, oh god, we don't know what to do. John Cena's champion again.
I mean, obviously it's like the writers get together, they write these stories, bring them up to like Trips or Vince or whoever and then they match the stories up to like sales like analytics, and it's just like,
seriously,
dude, it really is. And it's like pie charts of like wrestlers that they have like in the story that they're proposing against the wrestlers' sales, and it's just like, these don't match up. Sorry, you got to put like you can choose from like these 4 guys, and it's just like, that's it. It really is. They're just selling T-shirts.
It's ridiculous. Something that also me and you were talking about when we were watching Raw, like it's really like I'm saying it's bothering me, but it's pissing me off because it's like, all right, let me just check real quick on the calendar. We have one episode of Raw.
Oh yeah, it's one episode.
One episode of Raw until the Royal Rumble. Now, the people at home, why don't you think to yourself, what matches are happening at the Royal Rumble? Just wait.
Hold on. Well, there's the Royal Rumble.
There's the Royal Rumble match. Which,
okay, about an hour. Maybe a little more.
Maybe a little more. Maybe, yeah. It's like an hour is a good...
Hour 15 with all the hype around it before...
So let's just say, hour 15 after, like celebration.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty good. So you still are then looking at...
An hour and 45 minutes, roughly.
2 hours. So let's just call it 2 hours of the other match we have.
The triple threat. Yeah, for the title. Which, dude, that match is going to be good.
I think it's actually going to be pretty good.
I'm excited about it.
I'm hoping that John Cena gets very, overshadowed by Seth. I think he will, either way.
Well, okay, well, we'll jump to the end of Raw, because that's what happened at the end of Raw, now that we're talking about this. The end of Raw, they had the contract signing for the triple threat match. And it's basically just to build hype, and it honestly serves no purpose, and they don't need to have it. Except for the fact that it gives them an excuse to show Brock Lesnar's face on Raw.
Yeah.
So, they have the table set up with the clipboard that has the contract on it. And
I wonder if it's actually a contract in there.
Well, they kind of zoomed in on it, and it looked legit. I'm not a lawyer, but it looked legit. So then, they call everyone down. Everyone's music. I think Seth came out first, and then it was Brock, and then
Super Cena.
And Paul Heyman just cut a filthy promo because he's the best.
No, he's the greatest.
And then Seth fucking counters it with just a really, really, really good promo. Like totally hits it out of the park. And I was like, I was watching it, and I was like, oh, he's going to be champion.
That's sick.
There's no doubt about it.
This is the thing that pisses me off about his whole angle that they're going with.
Where he's kind of this wussy.
He's this bitch. It's as if all these matches are given to him and everything. Right. But it's saying he's the future of the company. completely think he is. Like when I was first watching them, I was like, him, and it's obvious the Shield is going to be the future.
Of the company, yeah.
But it's like Seth Rollins is probably one of the best technical wrestlers in the main roster right now.
Yeah.
And it's like, even without them, I think he could have got to this point.
Yeah, I mean, the Shield was just helpful because it was so explosive.
Yeah, of course.
And it caught on, so you know what I mean. But he would have ended up being where he is now anyway.
Yeah, I mean, might not have been as fast paced, but
right.
I think without question he'd be at where he's at with or without them rather.
Yeah, he definitely would have. It would have taken longer, but he definitely would have. But no, he cuts his promo, and while I'm watching, I was like, oh man, he's gonna get the belt.
Yeah.
Like, I know that he's Money in the Bank, and it pretty much guarantees that he'll get it, but, like, he's ready for it. Like, now, like, after that, after, like, his past few performances and, like, his past few promos, and then after that one, I was like, oh, he's really ready for it. Like, while he was cutting it, I was like, he's ready. And then, obviously, they signed the contract, and everyone's fucking trash-talking, and Cena was like, says something, you know, Seth cuts his big promo about, you know, how he's going to win and all this stuff and how they're both dated and he's the future, and which is all true.
Absolutely true.
And then John Cena says some bullshit about, like, well, you know, you've made a bunch of enemies and, like, blah, blah, blah. So, like, what's going to happen at Royal Rumble is me and Brock over there are gonna fucking whoop your ass, and then I'm gonna whoop his ass, and I'm gonna get the belt. Like, you know, whatever. And then Brock Lesnar looks at him, and, you know, with his big fucking dopey head, like, and, you know, they have, like, the stare off, and he signs it, and he throws it at Brock Lesnar, and is, like, yelling at him, takes his hat off.
Never will be as good as when Undertaker stabbed Brock Lesnar in the hand with the pen. Yeah. That was the best. That was so fucking good.
And so, you know, and then Brock Lesnar, like, takes the fucking belt off, and, like, they're ready to fucking slug it out, and he signs the fucking contract, and whatever. And, you know, then there's, like, some fucking shoving, whatever, and then
grappling.
And then Cena, like, attacks Seth Rollins and puts him in the corner, and then Brock Lesnar fucking suplexes John Cena, like a huge one, like, and I thought it was, like, really big, and then he does it to Seth, and literally
throws him across
because their weight difference is like
like
insane. Yeah, throws him like a fucking rag doll.
I believe it.
Like, you know, normally when the German suplex, they, like, land on the back of their neck and the top of their shoulders, whatever.
Yeah.
He fucking, like, basically made him flip. Like, he threw him and he, like, flipped in air. Like, it was insane.
That's insane.
Yeah. And then Cena, like, AA's Brock through the table.
Yeah.
And then, this was the best, was fucking Seth curb stomps Cena, and then Brock is still down, and he fucking curb stomps Brock. And it was just, like, you could see this huge, like, power shift. Like, and where Paul Heyman was, like, looking at Seth, like, holy shit. And, like,
I love it. I really, really hope that either two things. Either Brock wins and then Seth just cashes in
right there.
Right then and there. Which, I mean, I think that's probably the way it's going to go. But what I hope happens is he cashes in and Heyman turns on Brock.
Yeah,
Dude, that would
because then that also, like, amplifies the weasel of a character that Paul Heyman is.
Yep.
That he'll turn on
his best friend. Yeah.
To whoever is the champion.
Yep. No, exactly. I think that would be really good. And then that would be good because that would open up a Heyman versus the Authority.
Right.
Which, dude, that'd be
sick.
Fucked.
It would be awesome.
That would be so fucking sick. Which, I mean, it sucks that Heyman's not in any shape to wrestle whatsoever.
Oh.
Because Heyman fucking Triple H, that'd be sick. if Heyman was, like, an actual in shape human.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it's, like, not even close.
No.
It's like,
but so I mean that could open up a lot of stuff for, you know, for Cena to finally turn with the Authority.
Right. is because, Paul Heyman gets Seth to turn on the Authority, and then Seth is just this monster.
You hear that, writers?
Oh, no one listens to me.
No.
But every week we pitch things that are like 500 times better than what happens on Raw.
Oh, absolutely.
And
using the same people that they're using.
Oh yeah, I'm not doing anything outlandish.
Even breaking PG either.
No, never once are we like, and then
then he takes a knife and stabs him.
Yeah, even though I would push it like they had Seth say he was gonna kill Edge.
I like that. I really do.
I would push it to that as often as I could.
Yeah, I think there should be more of like an actual violent talk.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's acting.
There's nothing wrong with that. Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, wressling at the end of the day, these are actors.
Yeah, and they're doing violent things, so it's there's no difference really. So I mean I think should happen. But yeah, so Royal Rumble is just gonna be horrendous. I really like. My friend Chris is going. He's flying down. I wish I was going with him.
Well, we tried to go, and it just didn't work out.
Yeah. Shitty.
Yeah.
But, I think he's just going to get way too many filler matches.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, at this rate, there will be
they'll probably have B&B versus...
Ziggy
for the title rematch, which makes sense.
Yeah, and I as much as I want Ziggler over Barrett, but I hope to God they don't switch the title again.
Yeah, agreed.
Holy moly, I would love to see them build that feud up.
Yeah, because I like both those guys a lot. Probably Nikki Bella versus Paige. Which they've been somewhat building.
Yep,
but at the same time, last night how long was Brie and Paige's match?
Not super long.
Probably as long as all the other matches, like 2 minutes.
These matches on this show are so short.
It's such bullshit, honestly, because I think they could do a lot with the Divas division, and the fact that they have a good amount of people. Like they have a good amount of divas.
Yeah.
They probably have give or take 10 to 15.
I would say, yeah.
So, I mean, even if they did, like, a mini Royal Rumble of divas...
Something.
There to get the number one contender, and that would open up... make Brie win it. That would open up, like, a good...
Right.
Bella rivalry, unlike...
Right, that isn't predicated on, like, some stupid, like, family drama, like...
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just predicated on wrestling.
Yeah, strictly. Like,
yeah, it's like, early on in the match, Nikki gets fucking tossed out of the ring.
Yeah.
And then Brie ends up winning it. And then it's just kind of like, well, I won it, so, like...
We have to fight.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not on anything except...
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it's the follow-up pay-per-view is Fastlane.
What is the, like, theme?
I don't understand. Maybe Fast and the Furious?
Oh, that would be great. Instead of wrestling, they race.
They actually drive cars.
Yeah, around the ring.
Yeah, it's kind of like Need for Speed. Like, I don't really get it. I mean, they replaced Elimination Chamber with Fastlane,
right?
Which is
and honestly,
absolutely stupid.
Right. But I kind of the Elimination Chamber as a viewer is entertaining.
Oh, it's awesome.
But I feel so bad for them because...
Well, you know what? That's their job.
I understand, but the Elimination Chamber, dude, is just like...
Yeah, I know it's horrendous, but guess what? It's once a year. One night a year, and there's only 6 people that have to do it. It's not like the entire roster.
I know, but how many people have repeated the Chamber?
Oh,
2?
I know. Like,
it's like 2 because people are like...
Well, no, Cena's been in it a few times,
Has he?
I think. I'm pretty sure Cena's been in it probably... I would say probably 3 times, 3 or 4.
People, refuse to go back in.
Yeah. I mean, it looks shitty.
Chris Jericho says it's the worst thing he's ever done.
That's crazy.
Well,
And that's coming from an ECW guy.
Right, yeah. Now look at it, though. It is the most unforgiving thing that the chains don't move.
So in comparison to, Hell in a Cell.
Right, where it flexes.
A cage match where,
the chains don't move. They're stiff. You hit them, you stop. That's it.
Yeah.
Then around the cell or around the ring is just metal
Chambers.
grates.
Yeah,
metal grates.
And and then next to those is just the chambers
made of plexiglass.
Yeah.
Now they're not the chamber isn't big enough that you can really jump off the top of the chambers.
Yeah. People have.
They do, but they kind of just like hit themselves on top of it and then like fall, and the whole thing is insane. People end up getting like thrown through the chambers and
exactly.
It's just like as a performer has to be the most just
like you definitely aren't getting paid enough to do that.
No one can get paid enough to do that. And Dolph Ziggler did an what was it on? Maybe it was on Talk Is Jericho. But Dolph Ziggler, he's like claustrophobic, and he said he almost had a full blown panic attack waiting in his chamber, like sitting there, like having to like talk himself through like. Don't have a panic attack. Just you're like he was like third. Like he didn't even have to wait that long, God. And he still almost had like a freak out. And he was like, I just had to like sit there and like breathe as deep, like as calmly as I could, and try and like psych myself up not to have a panic attack while waiting in my chamber.
See, I can feel for him because at Six Flags, their water park, they have this this water ride where it's you go into a chamber, dude. The floor drops on you. I'm
sorry. I'm finding it very hard for you to relate to Dolph Ziggler waiting in the elimination chamber, and you compare it to going to a water park.
Well, a water slide, a really big one, for that. Just so you know, like. Literally the scariest water slide I've ever been on. I've been on quite a few water slides.
All right, okay, it's worse than the elimination chamber.
It definitely is. I don't know if he could do it. I would, but in there, dude.
I hope he could do it.
I was like, oh my god, this is, and they count it down so you know when the floor is gonna drop.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
Oh, can we talk about for a second? That is I'm so excited for the Royal Rumble for the count, like.
The counter?
Oh my god. It is the most entertaining
Everyone
thing.
Just 10, 9.
It is the actual most entertaining thing. Is the counter.
And then people just looking to see who it is.
Who is it? Who is it? Who is it?
Yeah.
I really hope something sick happened. Like that year that Cena was out on injury, and he was supposed to be out for like another 6 months.
Yeah.
But since he's an actual freak of nature.
He's Super Cena. Well, he's had so many surgeries that like, and they're like surgeries that like, yeah, you can wrestle today, but in like 10 years you won't be able to walk.
Yeah, and he's like, I'll wrestle.
I'll do it for the people.
Yeah, but like he wasn't supposed to be back for like 6 more months, and he came out. Like, that's sick.
That is cool. Like, and you know, it's gonna, every person's like, oh, like as soon as it gets to one, CM Punk. CM Punk isn't coming back for at least 5 to 8 years. 5 to 8 years is what I say.
Before it's even before there's even a shadow of an idea of him coming back.
Exactly. He's full blown like gone for now.
It'll be like Batista or something.
Yeah. Well, Brock Lesnar was gone for many years, and then he finally came back, and then he's hardly here still.
I know. It's like hardly a.
Yeah. So you know, I don't know. I don't know who could come out. I definitely don't think he will.
Who?
CM Punk.
No, he's
like,
not.
Without question.
He's not, like, you will not see him for a long time.
So
the only like weird standout one that I was talking to you about is that Eric Bischoff is doing the Monday Night War panel thing in the city that night.
That's so sick.
And it's supposed to end he's like, and it ends early, so like you won't miss any of.
What time is it at? Who is?
It's like during the day. It's him and some, I forget, a writer for WWE.
Vince Russo, probably?
I don't think it was Russo. No. It's someone else. I think that still writes for WWE.
Oh, okay.
And they're just like, it's like a panel, you know, their Q&A type thing about the Monday Night Wars. Them telling stories, whatever. And then I really think he might come out in the Rumble. Which would be, like, pretty funny, pretty entertaining. Like, people would like it. Like, it would go over. Like,
well, if he comes out at the Rumble, I would hope that he would come out on Monday Night Raw and be like, yo, what's up? I'm the new GM.
That would be so badass.
Because they need a change. They absolutely need a fucking change.
Well, the thing is, the authority's back, so they're not going to
just
make a GM.
Bump it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't know. Like, I think it would be very entertaining if he came out during the Rumble. Like, that would be funny. Like, they always do those, like, funny, like, there's no reason
last year, Kevin Nash.
Yeah, Kevin Nash came last year, and he, like, was tearing it up for a minute, and then...
And just obviously wasn't going to win.
Yeah.
This year, not Kevin Nash.
He's not even going to be on Raw next week.
It's bullshit, dude.
And the JBL last year...
Yeah, that was stupid.
He was commentating, and, dude, that was funny.
That was stupid. That was the biggest waste.
I hate JBL.
That was the biggest waste of a wrestler.
That's the biggest one I'm sure we could think of in the scheme of
last year.
Last year that was the biggest waste.
Yeah.
But in the scheme of the Royal Rumble, well, I'll have to look back and find the biggest waste.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there was like a bigger one, but still. Last night also Dean Ambrose, his psychic.
Dude, it was like borderline funny and borderline painful. You know what I mean? It was like both.
The little bit I didn't realize until I was talking at work about it. You know when he's showing pictures of everybody?
Yeah.
And they show Kane, and he goes, toothpaste.
Yeah. Oh, the dentist.
The dentist.
Yeah, that's funny.
I was like, that is fucking hilarious.
That is funny. I actually just put that together.
Yeah.
I mean, it was funny because it was like a borderline Attitude Era joke, like at the end when he showed Stephanie, like, and that was funny, and like some of it, like the whole skit was like borderline Attitude Era-y.
Yeah.
And I like that they're kind of like doing that with him, kind of letting him
say more stuff,
right? Because that's his character.
Yeah,
but exactly. I don't think they're ever gonna really let the company as a whole
go down
that road. But I think they'll let characters. That kind of...
Yeah, can walk the line.
Right, that walk the line.
Yeah.
And he definitely, obviously, has become that character. But that whole bit was like borderline funny, borderline
stupid,
a little too much. Yeah. Exactly. And the fact that is, so Roman and Dean got together on SmackDown. Well, Roman had to do a tag team bout against, what was it, Kane and Big Show? And he was, for whatever reason, the Authority let him choose his partner. And he chose wisely and chose Dean.
Of course.
You know, get the band back together.
Brothers, dude.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that was sick, too. Like, he showed a picture of Roman and...
Brother.
Yeah, and Dean, he looks at it and goes, brother.
Yeah,
it's
that
funny.
Was sweet.
But they had a tag team against... I don't know if they won or not. I forget. And then it was advertised that they were going to be together again on Raw.
Yep.
And then they fucking weren't.
Weren't at all.
Like, it got completely trimmed from the show.
Mm-hmm.
Which, for the Roman Reigns character, is really unfortunate because he needed that.
He needed that, yeah.
He really he needed that steam.
Real quick, someone that I think will return for the Rumble, Randy Orton.
100%.
Orton. Yeah.
My dude, Randy Orton.
Yep. Randy Orton will definitely return.
That's going to be his return. Is the
reason I know that. And since we're from Massachusetts, we get all the advertisements for like SmackDown, Raw, whatever, whenever it's in the state.
Yeah.
And we got one for SmackDown last night, and it shows like scheduled a 4-man tag, and Orton was one of them.
Randy
guys.
Orton was like one of
like, you fuckers, like
they like spoiled their own pay-per-view.
Yeah,
through ads. It's so painful.
Yeah, so
but I mean, like the thing is, like Randy Orton is a draw. You know what I mean? So they like have to advertise him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're people that like I hate Randy Orton. He's a great heel. I don't like him.
He's one of the best heels.
But there's like kids that don't understand how like heel, like good guy, bad guy really works.
Right.
They like him because he's been a champion, you know.
Exactly.
So yeah,
that's all they care about.
Exactly.
Like,
so
he's the champion.
Yeah. So
it's such like a little kid mentality. It's so funny.
Yeah. Exactly.
I love little kid mentality. It's just like, oh well, he's the champion.
Yeah.
I love him.
Exactly. It's so funny.
You
Yeah. So Raw. What else happened? What else do we have?
DB came out, but I was like, we always watch Raw together, and at about 10 o'clock, whoever is, you know, we like switch off where we watch it.
Yep.
The other person leaves because it's too fucking late to like
sit around and
Yeah, and then like thinking about like driving home after watching like until like 11:15, seeing as it's always runs over, which I don't know how they run over on a 3-hour fucking show, dude. It's insane.
And the fact that I feel like they cut a lot of stuff.
They cut so much
short all the time. So yeah, I don't understand that. Did you watch that or did you miss it completely?
I missed it completely.
What I remember from it,
like whenever I'm driving home, I just like am on Twitter, like refreshing as I'm driving, and I'm like, oh fuck me.
Yeah. Steph came out when Daniel Bryan was talking, and Daniel Bryan was like, last week I said that I have full intentions on being in the Royal Rumble match, and I was thinking, I'm like, is this dude about to fucking pull out of this shit? Like, I was gonna be very bummed out.
Yeah, that would suck.
And he goes, I just want everybody to know that I have full intention on winning the Royal Rumble match.
That'd be badass.
Steph comes out, is like, do you really think you can do all this? And just asking him yes or no questions.
Of course.
And then he just looks at her and goes, yes. 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 Like, yes chant. Of course. It's like, it was wicked funny though.
Like, I love the yes.
Yeah.
Like, love it. But it's just like, that's such fucking corny writing. It's like intentionally, like,
obviously he's gonna say yes.
Yeah, you know? Right. And it's like setting up for yes and no questions. Like, it's just so ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, all right, that's enough.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for him. I think he'll win it. I think he's.
I wouldn't be surprised.
What I want them to do though is like go back and look at like Stone Cold. You're number one. Like you have to be in. You're number one of the Royal Rumble.
Right. They don't really do that anymore.
Why
as a punishment?
Yeah. Why isn't John Cena in it and he's number one after his match? Like
they should do that. That would be bad. Maybe they will do it after the.
Maybe after the match.
And maybe. I don't know. It's like hard to say. It's I guess it depends how it goes because I mean, no one's prediction puts Cena at winning.
Yeah. That's just real quick. That's like my favorite thing about the Royal Rumble is like all the matches happen and you're like, oh, cool. That's the end of the pay per view. Oh wait.
Yeah.
Now I have the best part.
Yeah. The best part of the whole thing. Like, the best thing.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I love about the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. It's just that would be a cool twist where it's like, Cena, you just lost. It sucks for you.
Guess what?
You have a chance. You know what? We're giving you another
second chance.
You're number one in the Royal Rumble right now.
But I hope that doesn't mean he'd win.
No. He wouldn't. No.
Like,
fuck
really,
no.
And hopefully Daniel Bryan would be the one to push him out just so, like, it'd be mad awkward at, like, family dinners with the Bellas.
That's always your go-to is oh man, it's gonna be so awkward at a family function.
Oh my god, Thanksgiving? Now they have to worry about Easter.
No, they're friendly.
I know, but if he was to knock him out,
that's true. They would have to worry about Easter. 'Cause that would be an awkward Easter.
That would be mad awkward, dude. That would be mad awkward.
Oh my god, I'll never forget it. Nikki turns on Brie. John looks over at me and goes instantly, like doesn't miss a beat. Rolls his head over, looks at me, and goes, "Thanksgiving is gonna be so awkward."
I'm sure it was.
I'm sure
of it.
But luckily, I think they resolved it by Christmas.
Yeah. I think they were still like it was still kind of awkward by Christmas, but. They probably, their mom probably talked to them and made them get each other gifts,
Oh, of course.
Other news, great news.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The cream of the crop always rises to the top. Yeah. The Macho Man Randy Savage, 2015 Hall of Fame. Yeah.
Exactly.
I love that.
I love it, too.
That's the greatest. That's so fucking bad.
It's so overdue.
Oh, absolutely. Finally, though, he's in there. Now, what I want to know, though, do you think he's gonna? I mean, it's obviously he's not. He wouldn't. He's not going to be there to.
What do you mean?
He's actually dead. That's not a funny joke.
I know.
That's not a funny joke. All right. So he's not going to be there to. I think I think his brother's gonna receive it.
Is he?
Yeah, I think it's like Lanny is her name. His name Lonnie Lanny. Like I really think it's like.
Dude,
Lanny.
is this you? Like that? Like when you first started talking to Sadie and you called her Sadie?
Sadie. No, I'm pretty sure it is like Lanny.
Dude, I'm talking to this girl named Sadie. Sweet Jesus.
Oh well.
Oh, c'est la vie.
Yeah, you know.
So is it Lanny or Lonnie?
I think it's Lanny.
Is it Lenny?
It's not Lenny. It's definitely not. I don't know. Whatever it may
Whatever
be.
it is, you think he's...
I think he's going to be the one to accept it and say a little something, which I'm pretty sure the two of them sound a lot alike. I think they do.
Dude, if he does a killer impression...
Oh, if he does like a really good, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I will love that.
That would be sick.
That'll
be tight. You know, it's obviously going to be short because...
Yeah. But like my thing is, Ultimate Warrior was the big draw. He was like the last person to speak.
Right.
But I mean, last year, dude, they had a really good lineup.
Last year's was really good.
Like, opened with Alita, who probably one of the best women's wrestlers ever.
Ever, yes.
Like Mr. T, which was stupid, but they always have one stupid celebrity one. Jake the Snake, Razor Ramon.
Like, it was awesome.
Like, it was Paul Bearer. Like, it was really good. They had a really good lineup of people. But like, I don't know who else. If Macho Man's gonna be the main draw. Or if he's gonna
I doubt it. I think he, like...
But
I don't know who else. I don't know.
Who else? You know what I mean? Like...
I don't know who's on their list. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, I don't know who else it could be. Maybe,
You say that, but then they're going to start announcing people, and you're going to be like, oh, yeah, well...
That makes
you know
sense.
what I mean?
Yeah,
like, it's
exactly.
going to be like that.
No, exactly. I mean, but I don't know if, like... If they're going to... I think... Do you think they would give Sting and Undertaker on the same bill, or separate the two?
Separate, but they're still on the... I doubt they'll give it to them.
Yeah.
Because they're still...
Right now.
But as soon as they both retire,
eligible.
like, it's going to be like...
Well, it sucks for Kevin Nash, because I feel like he would have gone up to this year.
I really think...
Because I heard a rumor that they want to do Kevin Nash, Razor Ramon, Hulk Hogan, where Hulk's already, so now it's just Kevin, and then they're going to induct them as the NWO. Order, which is so sick.
And then they would, you know, introduce them as each as Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Like, which, you know, like, yes, Kevin Nash did just chokeslam his son on Christmas Eve.
And get
yes,
arrested.
that happened.
Yes, that is one of the greatest Christmas stories. It's a true Christmas miracle. An absolute Christmas miracle. I really stand by thinking it's the coolest, one of my favorite Christmas things to ever happen. I love it so much. I just think it's so sick.
So when you have kids and they want to hear a Christmas story, that's what you're going to tell them.
Yeah.
It was Christmas Eve, 2014. Kevin Nash's drunk adult son stumbled through the doorway.
Was stirring, not even a mouse, except for Kevin Nash's drunk bastard son.
He stumbled through the doorway.
Stumbled through the doorway, knocking over all the presents.
And then our hero, Kevin Nash.
Big Daddy Diesel came downstairs.
He tried to stop him.
Tried to stop him, pinned him down. Son started scratching at his face.
Like a bastard.
Yep, like a drunk bastard that he is. And then it took one giant choke slam to end it all.
From Big Daddy Diesel.
And
he saved Christmas.
Amazing.
And he saved Christmas.
He saved Christmas.
With one giant choke slam.
Yep.
I mean, that's a compelling story. You could probably sell that as a children's book.
Most likely. Well, the kid was an adult child. He was an adult human. He was an adult. Son.
That's what I think is getting overlooked here in that whole
23
thing.
Years
right.
old.
I think that's what's getting overlooked here is like, it's like Kevin Nash fucking chokeslammed his son and your brain immediately defaults to a little kid. Mm-hmm. But the dude is fucking 23. He's a drunk bastard.
Child. Like, he's his adult son.
He was being a drunk, belligerent idiot.
Yeah, starting shit. So it's like, he had to fucking put him in his place.
and he, to his credit, he did try and solve it without
by just pinning him to the ground.
and not trying to hurt him,
puncturing his lungs or something with his weight.
But he was trying to resolve it as
Do you think he did it like the thing where like it's like a big guy move where they like walk on the guy's chest real quick?
No, I don't think it was like that. I think he probably had him pinned down with his forearm and was like, "You need to relax."
Yeah.
And the maniac, the villain of our story, scratched his face, and then at that point you have no choice. You must chokeslam.
You must chokeslam. Had he done anything worse, I think it might have been Jackknife Powerbomb.
Well, I was gonna say, had they not already filmed Magic Mike 2?
Oh yeah, I forgot he was in that.
had they not already filmed it, like if he was just going into filming and he scratched the moneymaker, it would have to be a Jackknife Powerbomb.
Complete and total Jackknife Powerbomb.
Through the Christmas tree.
Through the Christmas tree, onto all the bulbs.
Yeah.
Onto the glass bulbs.
Painful.
So it was like real hardcore.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm hardcore.
I'm hardcore. Yeah. So...
Oh, we got totally sidetracked.
Yeah. I don't know who the other people are.
I don't either, and I think it probably would have been Kevin Nash.
Yeah, I think.
But now I guarantee you now it won't be.
Maybe Trips probably won't be.
Dude, they might.
I would love if he did.
They might. There's nothing really left. You know, like it's he's going to be in the hall. Like
yeah, it's just a matter of when.
Like and when they decide to do it. Now that he's like kind of newly into power, maybe they won't do it because like
they don't want to take. But that would give him even more like shit to talk. You know.
Right. Like I'm a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, Hall of Famer. Yeah, exactly.
But like I can understand why him like. All right, you sit down at a board meeting, right? And everyone's like ideas, and someone's like, "Well, we could do you." Like, I can imagine him being like, "No, we'll do me." Like, obviously, like I'll be inducted, but like, we'll wait until.
You know, he was all cocky. Whoa. Obviously, I'll be inducted.
Right, and I can imagine that Vince is like, obviously you'll be inducted. Like, there's no doubt. When are they gonna induct him?
Who, Vincent?
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. Because there's talk of I think I read that down in Florida or like Orlando area is where they want to build like a legit Hall of Fame.
Oh, like a museum.
Legit WWE Hall of Fame.
Oh.
Yeah. You know I'll be there opening day.
With just like artifacts of the wrestling world.
Grails.
Dude. Yeah. Oh yeah. Just like dude, like Mankind's mask.
Oh, don't even. Oh my God, the fact that Mankind. It's past Halloween. Mankind's son dressing up as Mankind.
Yeah.
Wearing his dad's legit mask.
Yeah. Well, the best part is he goes, "I want to be Mankind for Halloween," and he goes, "Well, then you have to wear the mask."
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna just send you out wearing like some shitty mask.
Yeah.
You're wearing it.
Yeah. And gave him the mask.
Oh,
sweet Jesus.
If I could be in anyone's shoes. No, I'm just kidding. God, imagine if he was your dad.
That's always the default. Oh my God, imagine if that was your dad.
I wish he was my dad.
Dude, do you wish Kevin Nash was your dad?
I mean, if I wasn't a drunk bastard, then yeah.
Yeah, but apparently if you're a drunk bastard,
yeah.
then you get chokeslammed. At the very least. I honestly think the kid got off easy.
Totally did. Totally got what he deserved. He
got off easy.
Yeah, he got off easy. He could have gotten
the Jackknife Powerbomb. He definitely
deserved every single bit of pain.
He deserved the Jackknife Powerbomb.
Yep. Big boot to the face even. Anything. He deserved it all.
I think so.
Yeah.
This has gone on way too long.
Yeah.
The argument, the discussion of Kevin Nash being in the right.
Yeah, and it's absolute horseshit that people get pissed off. It really.
He won't get inducted this year. Probably next year.
Yeah, depending on how the Heat firm is.
The Heat will be gone.
Well, we'll see what happens next Christmas.
I guess we'll see what happens next Christmas.
Yep.
Sweet. So. Jesus. Well, do you have anything else, John?
Got nothing else. We got one more Raw until.
Got one more Raw till the Rumble.
We'll see if anything.
Do we have another episode before?
Yep. We have one episode before the Rumble, so we'll probably
do some Rumble predictions.
Rumble predictions. We should come up with some numbers.
Some numbers.
What we think.
Oh, who's coming out when?
No. Well, we could do that, but what we think... Well, it's going to be kind of hard to do who's going to come out, because I can't even think of 30
people
guys
on the roster.
Yeah. No, but think of, like, how many people each person is going to eliminate.
Eliminate? Okay.
That'll be a fun little...
I think to give... well, we'll talk about it next week.
Yeah.
Because I was about to go in.
Yeah, exactly.
I was about to go in.
So
but we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. We'll do some Royal Rumble predictions.
Yeah.
And maybe our ideas about...
and maybe if this coming episode of Raw is good, we can talk more about Raw and not just...
About Kevin Nash Power?
Yeah. We can talk about other stuff.
Oh my god, this show has gone off the rails.
Oh yeah.
Well, make sure to go on over to Twitter.
Yep, of course.
Follow TIW Pod at TIW Pod. That's this podcast. You can follow me at iSalsaShark.
And John at X Do The Right Thing.
Now, you keep saying that, right?
I
do the right thing. But your Twitter handle is a little tricky.
Well, here, all right, let's talk real quick. The Twitter handle is a little tricky because you're only allowed, I think it's 15 or 16 characters.
Right. And you used every single one.
I used every single one. So it's technically X Do The Right Hing, if you will.
You're doubling up on the T.
I'm doubling up on the T. So it's not a double T, it's a single T.
Single T, do the right thing.
So right and thing is
one
the
T.
same T. Yep.
They're doubling up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, and then of course This 3D Life makes this podcast happen. So go over there, follow them at This 3D Life, and I believe that's it for us here this week.
That's gonna do it.
I got nothing cool again.
No witty.
Because we sit down and do the podcast, and I'm like, a normal person would be like,
all right, this is what I have.
This is what I have, and we sit down here and literally go, what happened this week? We both look at each other, go nothing, and then just start talking.
Yeah, and then but that's
the podcast.
It's real.
That's what's real.
It's real. We're real. We're real guys. Okay.